Hey, it's Dr. John Terry, President of the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame and CEO of the International Martial Arts Council of America. And I'm so glad to have in the room with me this morning, Grandmaster Gabriel Green. This gentleman has been a fixture at our Hall of Fame for a number of years as a camper, and we've had the opportunity to induct him as a inductee into the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame. But this is going to be the very first time we've had this incredibly gifted martial artist teach at our national training camp. Master Green, I'm so excited that you stepped up and said, I am willing to share my expertise, my wisdom, and my talent with the campers that are going to be participating in our event. What can they expect as they come to have an opportunity to take your class? And can you tell them a little bit about the class itself and really how you're putting that together?
Okay, well, thank you for the invite and thank you for the opportunity to give me to show this. For me, my class right now is just going to be focused on martial arts that's called ESKABO. It's a Filipino martial arts. It was created by my grandmaster instructor, Robert Castro. It's the acronym ESKABO. It's an acronym. The E is for Eskrima, the S is for Serrata, K is for Kali, the A is for Arnis, the B is for boxing, and it's Filipino dirty boxing called Dumag. And the O is for Jeet Kune Do. Right now, it's just going to be an introduction to like what the footwork and stuff that we do. But what I'm mainly going to focus on is locks. There's a lot of locks, and locks are my favorite thing to do. So I'm going to focus mainly on locks. I entitled it ESKABO, Lock and Blocking. It's going to be on locks. It's going to be on some keys on how to escape some locks and stuff, and just combination of everything. Then at the end, I intend to teach like a little lock flow, how, one lock may not work on a person, so how you can go from one lock to the next.
Perfect. Well, that's exciting to hear that. Now, this eclectic art that's been developed, is it more offensive, defensive in nature? What's a little bit of its background in history?
It's more... pretty much all martial arts is used for defensive, but it's also very offensive. Like when I show our footwork, the way that our footwork is like once you're inside, you never retreat. And our footwork is like designed around that. So once you get in, we can change our stances, changes our foot positioning, but we never retreat. So you want to use it for defense, but once you're using it and stuff, it's pretty much offensive. But we have defensive stuff, and some of the stuff, most of the stuff I'm going to show is defensive, but our goal with most of Filipino martial arts is attack the attacker. It's something called defang the snake. So if somebody's coming at you with something, then basically you want to stop them from attacking you.
I like that concept, defang the snake. Yeah. The idea of overwhelming an opponent is something that's taught in a lot of different martial arts systems. And I think that's an important part that people don't miss. But Grandmaster Green, for those that maybe don't have locks in their martial arts system, or they don't know that they're there, can you explain to someone that maybe doesn't know what a lock is, what we're actually talking about when we're talking about locking and blocking?
Sure. Locking, it's just basically more or less like joint manipulation. It's the way that you're repositioning their wrist, their knee, their arm, or whatever to make it more immobile. And mainly the only reason a lock works is because of the pain that it causes the individual who's been put in the lock.
Yeah, if you've ever been caught in an armbar, you've ever been caught in a joint lock, a wrist lock, an elbow lock, the
Yes.
joint only moves so far in any one direction. And then at that point, the pain sets in.
Correct.
And it's an amazing way to control an opponent. And we see locks used a lot with the military. We see them used with law enforcement as a way to control unruly people. And even in the school system, if you're dealing with a bully, a lock can be a very effective way to control someone that's trying to take advantage of you without having to do significant harm to them.
That is correct. Yes.
So I'm so excited about your class. It's going to be the first time to see you teaching at our camp, and I just can't wait to see that happen. Now, Grandmaster Green, as we wrap this interview up, let me ask you this question. Someone that's been watching some of our interviews over the last couple of weeks as we've been interviewing our instructors that are going to be teaching, and maybe they're still trying to make that decision. Do I come to the Marriott West Chase in Houston, Texas, and do I show up at the registration counter sign a form, pay the money, and go be a part of this incredible 2.5-day event where you and 14 other master level instructors are going to be teaching. You've been at our camp for a while. You know the experience that people enjoy that are there. What would you say to someone that's on the fence or someone that's never been for the first time? Why should they be at the IMACUSA National Training Camp?
It's a great opportunity. I have met so many other gifted martial artists in the styles that I'm a part of and in the styles that I have never heard of before, and also in styles that I've seen that are just familiar and I want to do them. I have met, like, my favorite one was Grandmaster Matosi. One of the arts that I teach is Kempo, and like just meeting Matosi, who is like, he was the son of the founder of Kempo. That was an amazing thing. And then I found out he taught in the Bay Area where I live, and getting to like meet him and work with him and then going to his school was great. You meet so many different martial artists from so many different styles, so many different backgrounds. And even though you think that you may have an understanding of one system, there's like little intricacies that you may not know about that you can pick up from one of the other instructors or even just one of the other martial artists at the camp. It's a great opportunity to meet so many people, learn so many different things.
Yeah, I know every year when I go to camp, it's amazing. I see something done that's in one of the core systems that I've taught for years, but I see it done in a slightly different way or explained in a different way. And I have one of those aha moments. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Yes.
And I always love to have a little notepad or grab my phone and put a note in my phone or record it so I can take that back and practice that and hone that. And I know when I was teaching full time and I had, 3 martial arts schools, loved going to camp to bring some new ideas back to keep the program fresh for the students.
Yeah.
And that's what you get.
Yes.
I describe our camp as 2.5 days of everybody gets to be a white belt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what I love about you and our other instructors is they're not only there to teach, they're there to learn. And when they're not on the floor teaching, they're on the floor participating and learning just like everybody else.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I love to learn and learn different arts and different styles. And same thing with me. Some of the stuff I see, I'm sitting there recording on my phone. I take it back and I say, hey, this is what I just learned. Let's work this, see we can work this in. And what I do and what I teach is an eclectic of a lot of different styles. I mean, my base style is Tong Soo. I teach at a Kempo school. I teach the ESKABO at the school, and I teach everything that I've learned at the camps. It's like whatever I see and I learn, I pick up, I go back and I teach it, even if it's not part of the base style that I'm teaching, because you can learn anything from anyone, anywhere.
I love that statement. You can learn anything from anyone. And I would add to that, if you're open and willing to learn.
Yes.
And I think that's important for us as martial artists. Ray Kroc, who is famed for his work in taking McDonald's globally, he had a very powerful statement that I use a lot when I'm doing public speaking or coaching and training. And he said this, he said, as long as you're green, you're growing. But once you're ripe, you start to rot.
Good. Yeah.
Nobody wants to work with a rotten martial artist. But when we stop learning, we stop growing.
Yeah.
When we stop growing, we start rotting.
Yes. I like that statement. Okay.
So you're welcome to that one as well. So that's a good one for your students.
Yes.
Hey, with that, I want to say, Grandmaster Green, we are so excited to have you be a part of our event this year. Thank you for taking time to be on this interview with us. And for those of you that haven't yet decided whether or not you're coming, let me go ahead and make the decision for you. Yeah, you need to be there. This is our 24th year of doing this camp. We have people flying not only from the United States, we have people coming from Central America, from South America. We have people coming from Europe. We have people coming from Australia that are coming to be a part of this camp. They're not paying that type of money to come to an event and it not be a quality event. So I want to encourage you, if you're still on the fence or you haven't decided, or maybe you're just, maybe I'll show up for a day or two, that's okay. You can register at the door. Thursday morning, registration starts at 8 a.m. First event starts at 9. We're going to go all day Thursday. Oh, by the way, we have a camp tournament Thursday night. First time we're ever going to have a camp tournament where you'll have an opportunity to compete against other black belts in forms, open forms and weapons forms. So you can check with the front desk when you get there and ask to register. That will take place Thursday night. Friday morning, another full day of instruction. Saturday morning, we have classes up until 12 noon, have a short break, and then Friday night at 5:30, we gather for our pre-reception for our Martial Arts Hall of Fame banquet on Saturday night at 7 p.m., where we're going to have an opportunity to honor some incredible individuals that are going to be inducted into the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame. Grandmaster Green, as we wrap up, any last words, any last thoughts that you want to leave with the audience before we end this interview?
Just that it's going to be a great event, I'm sure, as it always has been, and I look forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm Dr. John Terry, President of the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame, CEO of the International Martial Arts Council of America. We look forward to seeing you in Houston, Texas, July 20, 21, 22 at the Marriott West Chase. Have a great day.